Hello everyone, it's Joseph and your boy Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. I just realized I haven't written down any of the things that I did today, but that's what I'm going to talk about today, what I did today. So I guess I'm going to write down the stuff as I talk about it, maybe. But welcome to the stream. Today is March 14th, 2019. I'm going to be talking about yesterday, March 13th, 2019. Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now, I'm about to set up the description and tags and everything. I still need to write down what I actually did today, but I'll just write stuff down as I talk about it. If you guys are just now tuning in, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, tell me how you're doing today. Ask any questions that you happen to have for your boy. And if you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on stream, just make sure to post all that in the live chat below. One moment, I'm going to pop out the live chat on my screen. That way it takes up like a good portion of it. Let's see. Here we go. Kirby asked, "Did you try out Astrum?" I did not try out Astrum. I did change my Cyberse deck though. I'm now trying to focus on a weird lockout type of deck that takes advantage of Wicked and Honeybot to try and like make it where my opponent can't destroy my cards or hit them with card effects, as well as like boosting up their attack and stuff like that. It's a weird strat, like definitely like a very odd flex. So I'm trying to figure out if it'll work or not. Let's see. Right now I still need to edit the description box and tags for this video. But Kirby, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Yo, 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 yo. Let's see. So I'm scrolling through, trying to grab everything to edit this description box. And like I said, normally I've written down everything that I've done today, but I just haven't yet, which is like a hard rip because I'm just going to have to do it during the stream. Boom, 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 boom. So we're getting everything set up. Copy and paste. Save changes. Kel said, "Hey, I have a really small update on the chat thing." Yo, hit us up with that chat update, Kel. So we're all excited to hear about it. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. We got 2 viewers and 0 likes. Can we get this video up to 2 viewers and 2 likes? Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Scrolling over. Kirby, did you hear my answer to your Astrum question? I'm not sure because it looked like on my screen that you might have dropped out of the stream for a little bit, so I wasn't sure. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. And Kirby said I did. Okay, ballin'. So I need to set it to people and blogs as the category. Save changes. Booyah. Monetization is set. Okay, so now everything's set up except for the fact that I haven't written out everything that I did today. In last night's dream, I pretty much dreamed that I was in the world of the Magicians TV show. So I was in the world of the Magicians TV show. And I was a part of a young superhero team that was highly competitive, but I hung out with the slacker kids. Let's see. Kirby said, because you can monetize now. That is true. There are ads on the videos. Speaking of which, have you guys noticed the ads on the video? I know Nani's brought it up, and Matt's brought it up, the ads on the video. But I've been wondering if it's like had any effect on you guys as of yet. Let's see. Last night's dream. Let's see. Kirby said, I have not seen any. That's actually quite interesting, Kirbs. Matt's like, your videos are covered in ads now. Like, Matt's made a really big deal about it. And Nani has told me that he's seen an ad. I've been making ad revenue, so I know that the ads are out there. But it's interesting to hear that you haven't seen any. Let's see, last night's stream. So after last night's stream, I was supposed to hang out with Sophie this morning, but she overslept and couldn't make it for the hangout. Let's see. Kirby said, I don't watch them in post. So that might be why I don't see them. So Kirby's like, I watch live. I'm not watching like after the fact. That's understandable. Um, because when it comes to like live ads, I'm not entirely sure how that does work. I know for some of the gaming streams, it's given me the option in the past to set ads up as like during the stream to pop in, but I don't know how to do that now. Let's see. Kel said, so today, this is Kel talking about the Chad situation. Kel said, so today we had a meet, meaning our track and field team goes up against another school's track and field team. And Chad said I was looking hot. He said more like a compliment than like sexually though. But I'll take what I can get. Oh, ballin'. Well, congratulations. Glad to see that things are moving forward on the Chad thing. And there's nothing wrong with a compliment. Yeah, it just sounds nice. Let's see. So after the Sophie thing, it's weird to have to remember my day, post my day. Um, okay, so next up, I think I'd talk about. Oh shit, yeah! I saw a crazy anime movie called Muthafuckaz or whatever. It's spelt in a really weird way. Um, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's about a guy from the hood who starts seeing things that other people can't see. The soundtrack is really good, um, and the action was also pretty solid. But it's an anime movie. I found it on GoGo Anime, which is a website where I normally go to watch anime online. And it's pretty solid. I liked it. But I was just surprised because when I clicked on it, I didn't know anything about it. And then once I saw it, I was like, oh shit, it was pretty good. Let's see. After that, for the fan poll stream, we played Dueling Nexus again. So we played Dueling Nexus on the fan poll. I played Cyberse again, but I changed up my Cyberse deck. And with my new Cyberse deck, I'm still not doing very good. So I still need to figure out what I need to do with Cyberse. Matt said, and he still got wrecked. Yo, Matt, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. I noticed we got 2 viewers and 0 likes. Can we get this video up to 2 viewers and 2 likes? Truly appreciate it. Yo, Matt, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I am still trying to figure out the win con for a pure Cyberse deck. And then Matt said, you mean 3 dislikes? Thank you. Someone smashed that like button. Kirby said, I've liked the video. Why you see 0? Now I see 1. So now I see 1 like. Thank you, Curbs. Appreciate it. Let's see. Matt said 1 like, 2 dislikes. Ooh, scandalous. I wonder what the 2 dislikes are. Matt said my side is winning. I didn't see Ryan. Could Ryan have somehow appeared for the sneak dislike? Kel said, dude, just look at a Cyberse deck profile and or a Cyberse combo tutorial. Nah, that ain't me. I like to experiment with different stuff. So I'd rather come up with something over time than like look it up. Kirby said the side of darkness will not win this day. Matt said Kells is the only other one here. He disliked. Then Ray King said Kirby. Yo, Ray King, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Kel said also that first like was from me. Well, right now it shows 4 viewers and 1 like. So can we get this video up to 4 viewers and 4 likes? Because at least from my perspective, it only shows that 1 person is liked so far. Let's see. Ray King said, where my fight? Kirby said, I hope you know Scapegoat can summon big link monsters. Big, big, big. Right now I'm just trying to do Cyberse only. Cyberse only. So I'm not using Scapegoat. That would make tokens that weren't Cyberse type. Matt said Cyberse can. Oh, sorry. Matt said Scapegoat can do a lot of things. Ray King said, no like, fuck that. He said, we are watching, so no like. I don't even know what that means. Ooh. Let's see. So after the fan poll, I hung out with Allison today and talked comics. We also talked about the different things we're working on in terms of writing, and I published a book, which is pretty ballin'. Also, I noticed that we have 3 viewers and 2 likes. Can we get this video up to 3 viewers and 3 likes? Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Ray King said, until Vanguard. Oh, you mean until? No like until Vanguard. Sorry. There's not going to be Vanguard like in this vlog. Like, I'm not about to go like, let's Vanguard duel. Let's see. Your boy Matt said 3 viewers, 2 likes, 2 dislikes. Ooh. Kirby said he's done Vanguard with me already. Kirby, the way you phrased that was interesting. It's true. Let's see. So we also talked about what we've been working on writing wise, and I published a guide to a fictional world that I recently created. So that's cool. Let's see. Matt said, besides, Fire Emblem Cypher is just better. Matt, you can hype that up as much as you want. Kirby said, here you go. And he sent a link to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Database. Is this the moment of truth? DNA surgery, you can just make the card Cyberse after the fact. It's not the same, Curbs. It's not the same. Let's see. Ray King said, so I want to see your computer on Untappin' right now for proof. No thanks. Kirby said all Cyberse. Then Kirby said at Ray King, just search for the video. True, because me and Curbs have already played Vanguard on Untappin' in the past. Now my computer goes on Untappin' and suddenly dies. Kirby, well, your boy Matt said, Kirby, where's the test run of Cypher? I connected with the CEO of the company EmoShape today on LinkedIn. Soon I am going to add him as a reference and mention my sponsorship with EmoShape on my resume. There we go. Ray King said, I know that. I've seen it. Matt said, by the way, Jet, what happens if everything goes as planned with EmoShape? What happens if everything goes as planned? My work gets used as a demo in order to, let's see, Matt said, including the bad outcome. So you mean me, like, create the battle game and it be like a torture simulator thing and they make mistreating AI illegal? Like, is that what you're saying? Or are you saying me just making the game for EmoShape and them using it as a demo and me being able to add it to my portfolio? Don't just say yes, Matt. Two-pronged question. Yes doesn't answer the full question. The first one, okay, so if they make it illegal to mistreat AI, like sentient AI, then that'd be great. Kirby said, yes. If they make it illegal to mistreat AI, me and Allison actually talked about this as well. Then yeah, I would get exactly what I wanted. And also, the US of A has what we call, I don't know why I said it has what we call, it has a legalized ex post facto law or whatever. So ex post facto law is where you do something that isn't illegal and then it becomes illegal and then you get in trouble for it. That's ex post facto law. where you could be walking on the sidewalk on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it's illegal to walk on the sidewalk, but because you did it on Tuesday, you like can get in trouble. The U.S. has made that illegal. So if it's legal to walk on the sidewalk Tuesday, if it's illegal Wednesday, as long as you don't do it after it's illegal, you're fine. So if they illegalize the mistreatment of AI, as long as I don't do it anymore after it's like illegal, then I'm fine. Matt said because then you have that stuck to your back for the rest of your life. And then he said bias is still bias. What do you mean? The fact that I like would have started the like sentient AI torture, I also would be the one who ended it. Open and shut case, Matt. do 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 dude. Just saying. I don't know. Kel said, "Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to add some songs to my Spotify." Oh, interesting. What songs did you add to your Spotify? Matt said, "You might not." Wait, hold up. Matt said you might not legally get in trouble, but people would want to. Oh, but people would want to hire a torturer. You said would want to. That's good to know. I'm in business. Matt said it is an open and closed case. Let's see. Kel said, I came back at a weird time. Jet talking about being an AI abuser. Yep, you did come in a weird time. Then your boy Matt said, Jet! In all caps. I mean, I don't know. It's in the mission of civil rights. Then Matt said, not legally, not want to hire. That's not what you said before, Matt. But I understand. Um, I don't know. I'd be doing it for a reason. Let's see. What else did I do today? Kirby said, well, a lot of people are Pokemon abusers, so what's the difference? The difference would be that when you play Pokemon, there's no claim that the Pokemon actually like have feelings and thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. Sure they do within like the lore of the game, but not like from like a technology point of view, like with AI. You know what I mean? But with the game that I'm developing for Emo Shape, it's going to be different. The creatures that you interact with in the game are supposed to be sentient and have their own emotions and feelings and opinions and thoughts and things of that nature. So you can actually like mess with them psychologically and potentially like hurt them. So it's like a far different experience. Let's see. Your boy Matt said, and what happens when those civil rights backfire on you, making it impossible to get a job? We'll see, Matt. I feel like that's not the case. Let's see. Kel said, I added Tinder Lover by Babyface, Wannabe by Spice Girls, and Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I feel like I've heard Thank You Next way too many times, dude. I hear it at like the frat parties. Uh, Aiden's girlfriend Hannah plays it. Maddie used to play it in the car all the time. I'm just not a fan of that song. I feel like it gets overplayed. Your boy Ryan said, Hi Jet, you're Ryan. Welcome to the streams. Good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, if you're just now tuning in, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Your boy Kirby said, I want to enslave Pokemon to kill other Pokemon. Come on. Then Matt said, whether the end goal is right or not, the ends don't justify the means. Which is interesting. I feel like this is definitely like a solid philosophical discussion. Let's see. Your boy Ryan said, new interesting card. Posted up a YGO link. I'll check that out. Your boy Nani said, so is he the one and only? You know I'm the one and only, Nani. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Nani, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. I noticed that we have 5 viewers and 2 likes. Can we get this video to 5 viewers and 5 likes? Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Matt said people on the regular look down to those that sacrifice others for a just end. Kirby said, Matt, I think you're missing something. It's just a game. Then Matt says it isn't a solid philosophical discussion because nothing will sway your beliefs on it. Then Nani said, did Ryan dislike or Matt? It's still a mystery. Ryan said, it wasn't me. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Kel said, really? I barely hear anybody play it. But my friends also tell me it's overplayed. Either way, I'm listening to that music made by the government to control use by the mass. Control use by the mass. I know what you mean. I know what you meant. And then Kirby said, but is it a game theory? So what Matt's getting at is that my idea is that if you can show people that we now are capable of making sentient AI and that it's now possible for you to torture that AI by making a game that tortures AI, and then that leads to the mistreatment of AI becoming like illegal, while you may be trying to do something good for sentient AI, trying to help protect them and their legal rights, you did it by mistreating AI. So in the ends, you may have like tried to do something good and you may have succeeded at what you were trying to do, but that doesn't mean that people won't look down on you for your methods. People could argue that there could have been like a better way for you to go about it, maybe through like lobbying for like sentient AI rights, or just trying to convince people with like well thought out papers and essays and things of that nature. But I feel like the issue is that you can talk all you want, but I feel like most people won't believe that you can create something that can think and feel and have emotions on the surface. If you create something that shows people that yes, they do have their own thoughts and opinions and feelings, and you can show that they can like feel pain and be hurt, and show that this can be like abused by people and that it should be illegal to abuse it in such a way, then you can make proper change. And I feel like that is like the big discrepancy. I'm not saying that you can't make a change through lobbying and like writing empowering essays and getting people together for like a common goal. But I feel like it may just be faster to just make a torture simulator and just show that like this is possible and this is really shitty, but right now it's totally legal to do this. Uh, so I feel like that's the big thing. Kirby said, sounds like a Tony Stark moment. And he said, such as Ultron. Fun fact, Ultron in the comics was actually created by Hank Pym, aka Ant-Man, not Tony Stark. Tony Stark was used in place of Ant-Man in Age of Ultron because A, they hadn't introduced Hank Pym yet, and B, because everybody knows who the fuck Tony Stark is as of the Iron Man movie, and nobody knew who Hank Pym was at that point. Let's see. Kel said, if we can make sentient AI, it definitely should be illegal to mistreat them. Agreed, which is why I'm trying to set it up uh, to where I have like a game where they're mistreated in order to show that, like, hey, this shouldn't be done. Like, we shouldn't do this in the future. This isn't right. Because I feel like it's harder to convince people than just showing them. If you can show them that it's wrong and that people can do this now, then it can be like made illegal. But right now, when you try to propose to people that you shouldn't mistreat sentient AI, it just sounds like you're talking about a comic book. It sounds like science fiction. But if you can show them that it's real and we can do it right now, then it shows how important these laws are and why they need to be put into effect now before like a big company drops a game where all the characters are sentient and you just go on murder sprees and shit. Because that would be even worse. That would be a large scale massacre sold to the populace. That'd be really shitty. Matt said, so are you willing to sacrifice your good name for that? Are you willing to make your life infinitely harder for that goal? I don't think it'll be infinitely harder. I feel like if I can demonstrate it once and show my point, not just do it, but also like show why I'm doing it and why it needs not to be a thing, then I feel like it'll be understood. You know, like the reasoning why I did what I did. And I don't think everybody will be accepting of that. I don't think everybody will be like cool with that. But I feel like it'll also demonstrate my technical expertise and my knowledge of the subject. And I feel like it will allow me to get further positions like in the field. Let's see. Kel said, I think the quickest way to do is to just make a torture simulator like you're saying, because just protesting would be way harder. So Kells agrees that it is like probably the fastest way to reach this kind of change. Ryan said, which is why one should watch The Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which correctly has Hank Pym creating Ultron. You right, Ryan, you right. Kirby said, I've seen some of it. Matt said, plus, you have to live with the fact that you tortured what you deem to be the equivalent to human life. And Matt said fastest does not mean the best. I mean, not Ryan. Matt is not wrong that fastest does not mean the best. You know, that is 100% true. Doing things the fastest way does not equate to doing things the best way. Also, I notice we have 5 viewers and 3 likes. Can we get this video up to 5 viewers and 5 likes? Nani said, so how much money have you made so far on YouTube? Not like a lot, but it's definitely like a pretty okay rate. So do 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 do. Right now I'm refreshing the numbers. Do 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 do. Going into analytics. Do 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 do. About to reveal how much money I've made since I've gotten remonetized. Before on YouTube, like lifetime on YouTube, I've made a good amount. Within the last 28 days, I've only made $2.17, but I haven't been monetized that whole 28 days. So within like the period of which I've been monetized, $2.17. I believe I can change this display to show lifetime earnings, and then that'll let you guys have like a better idea of how much money I've made total on YouTube. So I'm gonna click lifetime, and now I gotta wait for it to load. Do 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 do. So my estimated lifetime revenue is $119.98. So almost $120 on YouTube, like total. So I have to get back in the grind. Gotta climb back up. You. Let's see. So yeah, that's how much money I've made recently versus how much money I've made total on YouTube. Let's see. Ryan said new fire attribute support spell. Okay, I still need to catch up on these cards that Ryan sent in. Let's see. Nani said $2.17. Sheesh. Then Matt said, please stop infinite ads, by the way. Have you guys seen any like infinite ads? Because Matt claims he's been seeing infinite ads like all day. Kirby said, I see you've made $806, unless that's counting every video. I sure haven't made $806. My total revenue is around 120 lifetime. So $806 I think is a weird estimate that some website probably said. There's no way. Nani said, so for all of the years, $100? Keep in mind, my whole time on YouTube hasn't been monetized. Like, it's not like since the start of me being on YouTube I've been monetized. And also, only within recent years have I taken YouTube like seriously and put time into like editing videos by putting in like tags and descriptions and end screens and promoting and trying to like make the channel grow. You know what I mean? So for the amount of time I've been on YouTube, the number looks a lot smaller depending on like compared to like what I do now. And I feel like it'll be pretty easy for me to like make money on YouTube as I continue to grow. I feel like the current climb isn't bad at all to like already be at like $2 and something. Because I think I've only been monetized for what, like a little over a week, maybe like 8 days. If I can make like $2 every 8 days, then like in half a month, you make like $4. I'll make like around 750 a month at my current growth rate. But as long as like the viewer base and subscriber base continue to grow, that'll continue to grow as well. So I feel like it seems pretty solid to be honest, compared to not making any money on YouTube. You know what I mean? Let's see. So then Matt said, Jet, just take a look at like a D&D video. The ads are ridiculous. Nani said, I get some ads when I go on your live stream sometimes. Ryan said, I once got an 8-hour ad on your channel. I don't think that's true, Ryan. I'd be really surprised. Was it a skippable ad? Oh, are you talking about the Lego World stream, Ryan? Because it's just an advertisement for Legos. Matt said, seriously? He said only live streams because it's easy instead of making quality edited content. I feel like live streams allow for a more interactive experience with viewers. So I just prefer making live streams because I want to interact directly with you guys. Let's see. The card that Ryan showed me that he wanted me to talk about is Beat Raptor. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. A monster that punishes using the extra monster zone. Let's see. It's a level 4 Earth dinosaur effect monster with 1400 attack and 2000 defense. You can only use this card's name number 2 effect once per turn. Its number 1 effect is, while this card is in the main monster zone, negate the effects of all monsters in extra monster zones. And then its number 2 effect is, when this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one Beat Raptor from your deck. Ooh, so it can replace itself. Interesting. Let's see. Matt said, you can just as easily interact through the comments. Not true. This kind of discussion that we're having, where we're all involved and we can all talk to each other at once, in the comment section, it's just not the same. Let's see. Your boy Nani said, does Bangzel ever talk in chat? Bangzel, I haven't seen him in the live chat in a video in a hot minute. Kel said there was a 5 hour Lego ad I was watching, and I was worried because I couldn't find the skip button. Was that another Lego World stream, or are you guys talking about real ads? Matt said, plus you can still live stream while doing edited content. Yeah, but during the time that I'm doing the edited content, I could just be doing a live stream. Kirby said, can I have a link to this monster? Yeah, totally. So this is a YGO organization page. It's like a little news article. Let's see. Kel said, but I found it after like 3 minutes. What ad would be 5 hours for Legos? Is it like a movie? That's longer than a movie. Matt said, Bangzel doesn't exist in most live chats. Ryan said, I sent you the picture of the ad. What? And then Matt said, because you're lazy. That's really easy to say when you're not out here on that YouTube grind, Matt. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Let's see, and we got Rising Fire is the other Yu-Gi-Oh card that Ryan sent. Then Ryan said, Kirby, look at this other card. So, Rising Fire. Takaru's Premature Burial for Fire decks is finally releasing in Rising Rampage. Rising of Fire is an equip spell card. This card is always treated as a Salamangreat card. You can only use this card's names number 1 and number 2 effects once per turn each. If you control no monsters, activate this card by targeting one fire monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster, and if you do, equip this card to it. It gains 500 attack. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can banish one monster on the field. Let's see. Matt said, I would much prefer edited content with only the occasional live stream. I wouldn't prefer that. Kel said it was an ad for the Lego Movie 2, and it was like a joke because it was playing a song meant to be long and catchy. Oh, I see. Interesting. Kirby said, may I please see it? Oh, this card in particular that I'm like currently talking about? I will post that ad. Let's see, not ad, link. We're talking about ads too much. Nani said, imagine telling someone to make better content when you don't make content. Matt said, since I can actually do what I envision, rather than being some sort of blank canvas without actually owning a brush yourself. Let's see, since I can actually do what I envision, rather than being some sort of blank canvas without actually owning a brush yourself. I'm still trying to understand Matt's statement. I can actually do what I envision. I guess my question is, what is it that you envision? Rather than being some sort of blank canvas without... How is it a blank canvas? I feel like I'm lost because I don't understand the metaphor. Let's see. Kirby said, I like that art. Me likes Phoenixes a lot. I'm glad you dig it. And then Matt said, blank canvas equals fan polls. I'm surprised you see that as a blank canvas rather than as collaborative art, which is also another way to look at interactive media. The point of the channel at this point. I mean, when you think about it, the big push of this channel is like fan polls and vlogs. And the fan polls, you guys get to determine what kind of content that you guys want to watch. And the vlogs, I don't just talk about my day. I ask you guys about your day. If you have any questions for me, if you have any discussion topics, it's just as much your show as it is mine. So it's definitely like more of a collaborative feel. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point. Matt says, is it collaborative for you if you aren't even involved in the direction it goes? I feel like I'm always involved, especially with the fact that I like am actually in and have to produce the content. Rocky Ford said, "Hi there, you're Rocky. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, we currently have 5 viewers and 4 likes. Can we get this video up to 5 viewers and 5 likes? Truly appreciate it." Let's see. Matt said the content of the fan polls is not something explicitly tied to you, thus, you aren't directly involved. False. So, the reason why I feel like I'm always directly involved is because in every one of my videos, I just be myself. I feel like a big part of the channel is the Nickabenson brand, the idea that when you come to the channel, you can expect to see me and to be able to interact with me, whether it's via the live chat or whether we're playing like a game together that we can all play online, or whether it's in the comment section below. You guys can always hit me up and interact with me. And it gets a special flavor to it. It's an experience that you wouldn't get necessarily by watching someone else do these videos. And I feel like the way that I make these videos is like unique to me in a way. Not saying that other people couldn't make content like that. That'd be weird. Mainly saying the way that I do it is special because it's the way that I do it. You know what I mean? It's a brand. Let's see. So then Matt said, "You are only indirectly involved by being recorded." And he said, "But there is no brand. You have no style." I think that's false as fuck, dude. Rocky said he's doing good. He said, "What Yu-Gi-Oh card are you going to customize next?" And 3, Tekken 7. Okay. So Rocky Ford, I gotta hit you up with a few things. Glad to hear that you're having a good day. What Yu-Gi-Oh card am I gonna customize next? I want to make some Cyberse support, legitimately. I just don't know what win con I'm currently going for with my Cyberse deck. I think once I can figure out a Cyberse OTK, I'll then make a custom deck, like a custom archetype, based around supporting that OTK. So I think that's like my current thought process for custom cards. And Tekken 7, yo, what do you want to talk about with Tekken 7? Are you talking about those newly released DLC characters, my guy? Because I still haven't had a chance to play them. I've heard that they're out, but Colin and I just haven't played Tekken 7 in a hot minute, and Tekken 7 has all that DLC. Sorry, Colin has all that Tekken 7 DLC, and I do not. So I just haven't had an experience with any of those characters yet to really comment on them. Rocky Ford, have you played with any of the new Tekken 7 DLC? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about it? Also, I noticed that we have 6 viewers and 4 likes. Can we get this video up to 6 viewers and 6 likes? Truly appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like if you haven't. Let's see. So where are we at? Your boy Matt said a personality by itself isn't enough of a draw. I don't think that's true either. Kirby said, "It's like we're all on the same couch together." The main idea behind live streams. Matt said, "But so many other people offer that same feel while doing more." Rocky Ford said yes, and he said, "No, I have not." And then Matt said, "You wouldn't play the DLC even if you had it. Don't try to say you haven't experienced it." I haven't had the experience of fighting against the DLC characters. I understand where Matt's coming from. In Tekken 7, you know your boy's always playing that law. Playing law. Rocky Ford said, "I just play as my regular characters. I normally just play as like one character." Matt said, "Jet, that isn't even remotely the same." Um, and then your boy Kirby said, "Backflips for days." You should have seen Gerard face Colin and like only do the backflips. That was crazy. Mexico 1911 said, "Nice fancy T-shirt." Oh, thank you kindly, Mexico. I have 3 things, Mexico. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to drop a like. We currently have 6 viewers and 4 likes. Can we get this video up to 6 viewers and 6 likes? Truly appreciate it. Your boy Matt said, "You can't review a character if you aren't playing them. You can get a feel for like their style and like how you like specifically try to counter different moves." I think it's interesting. Rocky Ford said, "Nick, do you play Soul Calibur sometimes? Because I know you prefer Tekken." When I'm at Collins, we used to play Soul Calibur 6 when it first dropped, but we haven't played Soul Calibur 6 in a hot minute. It's taken a back seat to other games, especially Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate has more or less taken over the friend group, so we end up playing Smash Ultimate most of the time whenever we're popping in a fighting game. I'm really excited for Mortal Kombat 11, and I think I might buy the new Power Rangers Battle for the Grid game, but we'll have to wait and see on both of those because I believe they both drop in April. Let's see. Your boy Matt said, "But not enough to give an accurate view. What if what seems like a rushdown character is actually a grappler?" Well, that depends on who plays it, which is also what adds to like the experience. because regardless of what a character is designed to do, depending on how you play them, they can be perceived as being closer to your particular play style. You can play a grappler and never use a grab move. So I feel like it does depend on who you're facing, who's playing that character, what experience you'll have. But I think that adds to the flavor of fighting games. You know what I mean? Because what one player does with a character may not be what another player does with that character. Rocky Ford said, well, Soul Calibur 6 went back in time to Soul Calibur 1, 2, and Soul Calibur 3. I own Soul Calibur on the Sega Dreamcast, but it's been a long time since I played like the Dreamcast Soul Calibur. I might have had another Soul Calibur game on Xbox, but if so, I don't remember that one as well. I know that Dozer has a Soul Calibur game, I believe, on PS2, but I'm not sure. It's either on PS2 or Xbox. Can't remember. Um, I know that we played Soul Calibur once on Lance's PS2 back in the day, back when we had a YouTube club on campus, which was cool. Matt said, but you won't ever play the character, so you can't review based upon your experiences since you have incomplete information. I mean, I can still talk about the experiences that I have had facing off against other people playing those characters, and I wouldn't talk about it from the perspective of this is how this character plays from my experience. I would talk about it from my experience playing against that character and that character being played by a person, how I feel about their moves and how I feel playing against that character, because that's all I could talk about. Matt says it isn't a faithful review since it's only surface level. I feel like instead of saying it's surface level, I'd say it's a different perspective. You know what I mean? Rather than playing as its perspective playing against. That's like saying you can't talk about whether or not a boss is good or bad in a video game without playing as a boss. It's like that's not really true because you can talk about the experience facing off against the boss and the challenge, and its different moves and patterns in the same way that you can talk about facing off against another player in a fighting game playing a particular character. Let's see. Rocky Ford said, I have Soul Calibur 1 on my Xbox 360. I pretty much have all the Soul Calibur games. Oh, ballin'. Rocky Ford, who's your favorite character in Soul Calibur, and what's your favorite Soul Calibur game? Matt said, but that isn't super useful then. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. It depends on whether or not you're looking for a review of, like, how that character plays and my opinion of how that character plays from playing it, or if you're maybe trying to hear about, like, how you can play around it or how the different moves are like or what it's like to face off against it. So I feel like it's all like perspective and opinion. Let's see. Your boy Nani said, so who is better, bruh or breh? Hmm. I think they both have an equal chance of winning. Kirby said, my favorite Soul Calibur isn't playable anymore. Oh, what's your favorite Soul Calibur game that's not currently playable? Also, I noticed that we have 7 viewers and 4 likes. Can we get this video up to 7 viewers and 7 likes? Don't forget to drop a like. Your boy Mexico 1911 said, I'm good, how about you? He said, I haven't watched your live streams lately because of my job. This is my day off. I hope you're having a wonderful day off so far, Mexico 1911. My day is fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. Do you have any discussion topics in particular that you'd like to talk about? And welcome back. It's good to have you. Let's see, Matt said, when people want to hear about a character, they want to know how the character works. They can hear about it just from another perspective. Also, it depends on what they're looking for, Matt. I feel like that's a big deal in that particular question. Kirby said Soul Calibur Lost Swords. Huh. What was Soul Calibur Lost Swords originally released for? Like what console? Your boy Matt said bosses are completely different since bosses are tied heavily to how they are designed with correlation to the mechanics. The experience of a boss is explicitly tied to the encounter against them. I feel like you can talk about facing off against a fighting game opponent and them playing a character very similarly to how you can talk about a boss. The main difference being that when you talk about an opponent playing as a fighting game character, it's something that's more moldable and adaptable and can change over time. But everyone still kind of has like their patterns. Everyone still kind of has like the little things that they can like fall into in terms of like how they work mechanically. But I still feel like you can have a similar discussion about both. I got a little distracted. Somebody outside yelled loud enough for me to like hear them in my room, and I was kind of startled. Let's see. Nani said, "Yeah, Matt is a confirmed disliker." Matt said, "And not the experience of playing them, which is not the case for characters in a fighting game." Rocky Ford said, my favorite Soul Calibur characters are Killick, Zhang Hua, I feel like I'm going to butcher these names, Nightmare, Zasalamo, Astaroth, Yoshimitsu, Siegfried, Seong Mina, Yun Suong, Sophitia, Maxi, and Cervantes. Kirby said PS3 is what I played it on. Interesting. Why is it that you can no longer play Soul Calibur Lost Swords? Is it not available on the PlayStation Store? Matt said, as usual, none can break through Fort Benson. I feel like Matt, whenever he can't get his like way in a particular discussion, just says the other person's stubborn, regardless of the points of the other person. Rocky Ford said, my favorite Soul Calibur games are Soul Calibur 1, 3, 5, and 6. Interesting. Um, in that order, like, did you put them in like a ranked order, or just in general, those are your favorites, and that order isn't the order of which they're your favorites? Nani said, I like the Soul Calibur that had Darth Vader and Yoda. Matt said, Jet, it isn't me using it as an argument. Mm-hmm. Kirby said the servers were shut down. Oh, so it was like an online game kind of thing, which is why you can no longer play it. Matt said, it's just me stating the fact about how you are. For what purpose would be my question on that, Matt. Ray King said, Kirby, fight me. Rocky Ford said, like I said, I am the Soul Calibur King. Dun 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 dun. Um, oh, Rocky Ford, have you made any custom characters in Soul Calibur 6 recently? And have you made any that are like original character concepts that like you made up, or any that are based off of like real characters from like other things? And if so, could you tell us about some of the custom characters that you've made? And then Matt said frustration mainly. Um, I don't know. I feel like that's just saying it to say it. Then it doesn't really serve a purpose. I guess it's your way of venting, maybe, but it doesn't really help your point. It just, I guess, illustrates tilt then. Your boy Ray King said in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Van. He's trying to hit up Kirby. In a duel, Kirby said, I tried to make Hayato for Soul Calibur 6. Hayato, is that a Tekken bro? I'm not the best with names. Your boy Matt said, since you will rarely ever budge from any point you stand by. Um, Still don't know if it's really just tilt or if you're trying to make a point, because I feel like there's a difference. Rocky Ford said, I made Batman in Soul Calibur 6 on the Xbox One version. Oh, cool. Who did you use as your character base for Batman? Like, what character did you essentially turn into Batman for your custom character? Let's see, Hayato. What is Hayato from? Do 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 do. I'm like scrolling. Oh, Hayato, this guy. He's Marvel vs. Capcom guy. Yeah, I see him. I found a picture of him on Pinterest. Okay, ballin'. That's cool. Matt said, and any point that has a logic to it ends up just getting ignored, and instead previously stated info will just be re-brought up as a counter argument. Um, I don't see where you're coming from on that, Matt. Could you give me an example? Kirby said from Star Gladiator. Let's see. Rocky Ford said the Geralt fighting pose used for Batman. Okay, interesting. I dig it. How closely could you make it to Batman? Were you able to put like a bat on it? That'd be really cool. Ryan said, "What is Matt complaining about?" So Matt has three. Matt has three things that he's been complaining about over the course of the thing. Four complaints actually. Matt's first complaint is there are too many ads on the videos. Matt's next complaint is um, I shouldn't make a torture simulator for sentient AI because the fastest way to make torturing sentient AI illegal isn't necessarily the best way. And because it could put a mark on my reputation, which would hurt my ability to potentially get future jobs in the industry due to having essentially created like a heinous act towards sentient AI, even though it wasn't illegal at the time of which I did it, and even though the reason for doing it would be to make it illegal. The next complaint Matt had was I cannot talk about my experiences playing against a fighting game character because it's not the same as playing as the character. So in the end, you cheapen, like you can't give like a full detailed thing on how a character plays without playing them, was a big argument that he had. And then the other one that he's currently making is that he doesn't say that I'm stubborn to make a point. He says that I'm stubborn out of frustration. Um, and I feel like I can't say I disagree with all of them. I feel like I agree with certain points of some. So I do definitely put a lot of ads on the video, but from what I can tell, the number of ads on the videos are not affecting most viewers. At least from when I've asked you guys about it, you guys haven't seemed too phased about the amount of ads on the videos. For the second point on the sentient AI thing, I feel like in the end it will not put as like a big hamper on my reputation as Matt thinks, because I feel like my reasoning and the fact that I would have like the technical knowledge in order to make the thing that I'm talking about, and the fact that I'd have like the blessing of the company of Emo Shape in order to make it. I feel like I have enough standing behind me in order for it to like not be a big blow to my reputation as a person. Let's see. Next up. Oh, but I do understand what he means that the fastest way is not the best way. So I agree with that. I do think that's true. But I still feel like everything can work out going through the fastest way. And what I would take as a penalty, I feel like wouldn't be a true penalty. It wouldn't matter that much. For the fighting game character thing, I feel like that's a difference of perspective because when I would talk about it, I wouldn't talk about it as this is what it's like to play as the character. I would say this is my experience fighting against that character being played by another person. I feel like Matt's just lost in the sauce on a particular perspective on that. And then for the Matt thing, I feel like he brings up me being stubborn as like a point, but he doesn't want to admit that he brings it up as a point. He's like, I use it as frustration, but it seems like you use it as a point because you try to then support that. And I feel like you don't just support things you say out of frustration, you support things because you're trying to make an argument for them. So that's Matt's four complaints. Ding ding ding. Let's see. So where we at? Your boy Ray King said, "Hell no, you all wrong. Meet Tsurugi." Then your boy Ryan said, "So many points." Then Nani said, "Who cares if there are too many ads? Let Nick make money." Matt said the alternate universes argument you had with the guys back when you were in Charger Village. Okay. Riddle me this, my nigga. So a big thing that came up in Charger Village was if a universe exists for every decision that you make, like every possible decision that you make, and you have a machine that can travel to like different universes, and you have a machine that can like travel through time. If you traveled through time and you made a different decision from what you made originally, they were trying to say it's the equivalent of traveling to another universe because they would essentially be identical. And I'm like, that's just not fucking true. Because for the universe traveling machine, you would literally go to another universe. It's like a physically different place where you made a different decision. Where with the time travel thing, you're not physically going anywhere. You didn't leave your universe. You stayed in that universe. You just moved in that universe through time. That doesn't change your like physical location. It changes where you are like on a timeline for that universe that you're in, if that makes sense. But everybody was like, no, because essentially it's the same thing. So when you travel in the time machine is essentially it's just taking you to the other universe. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And everybody was like, no, you're not getting it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I get it. Time travel and multiverse travel are different things. They're just different things. Let's see. So then Ray King said, I need money. I feel like one of the best ways to get money is to get a job. That's what jobs are for. You can also invest. There are actually a lot of ways to get money, but a job is a good way to get like steady money. That's like the idea. Kirby said, I think I'm going to stream with vampires again. Ooh. Ooh, gonna do a Yu-Gi-Oh stream, I see. Raking said no, lol. Matt said the whole listening to music in the halls without headphones. I don't really think that's as big of a problem as Matt thinks. You're only in the hall for like a short bit. And when he says in the halls, he doesn't mean like in school. He means like in the dorm. So when you're like coming or going somewhere, listening to music on your phone, I don't think it's that bad. Raking said next is Kirby. Lol. Kirby said I took Vampiric Koala out for Vampire Retainer. Interesting. Why'd you make the switch? Ryan said Jet isn't that stubborn. He said I am way more stubborn. Kirby said, I haven't seen any ads. Matt said, because most people don't rewatch videos or they have ad blocker. Raking said, Kirby, my dude, Nexus. Kirby said, after the stream is when I've been timing the streams. Oh, interesting. Matt said, time travel is equivalent to different universes, though. No, no, what the fuck, Matt? Okay. So, different universes are different physical locations. You know what I mean? Like a universe in itself is like a physical entity. So when you travel from one universe to another, you're traveling like physical distance. You're going somewhere else. You're physically somewhere else. Time travel is traveling upon like a timeline, going like from the past to the present, or the present to the past, or the past to the future, or the future to the present, or the future to the past, whatever. It's moving across like a timeline for like your universe or whatever. Technically, you could be like you're moving across the timeline for like the whole multiverse. That's just weird to talk about. It doesn't matter. What matters is that a time machine isn't moving you physically to another universe. It's just moving you somewhere on that timeline. You're not, even though the like place you could travel to, right? Like when you time travel and you make the other decision, even though it's identical to the universe where you made that other decision, they're still different things because they're different physical locations. Like, does that make sense, Matt? I think that was the big discrepancy that I had that no one seemed to be understanding. Like, that other universe still exists and you're still not in it. You're just in yours. You just made a different decision. I think that's like the big issue. Where am I at? Do 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 do. Okay, Ryan said not always in response to Matt saying time travel is the equivalent to different universes, and then Matt said Trunks is a prime example. Trunks Dragon Ball Z time travel involves like multiple timelines existing, but even then, Matt, alternate timelines in Dragon Ball aren't even considered multiple universes. They're straight up just referred to as timelines. Dragon Ball has its own set of multiverses, which are physically distinct locations. You have to physically travel to them. Where for Dragon Ball, you can use time rings and time machines to travel to distinct timelines, but timelines are not the same as universes at all. Not even in the example you gave. Please stop. Let's see. So Ray King said, "No, fuck no. I need it from YouTube." Oh, you're trying to get that YouTube money. You got to get on that grind then. Let's see. Ryan said it could be bad if the choice of music is poor. What? You lost me, Ryan. Maybe I got lost on context. Kirby said Ryan suggested the swap to me. The swap. Oh, switching those cards. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Matt said the universes might seem identical with the same locales, but they are still different universes. What? What? I'm not arguing that universes aren't different. What are you saying, Matt? You lost me when you said that because I lost the context of that sentence. Kirby said, I mean the Trunks thing happened because he went back to before an event happened. Matt said, but the act of time traveling itself makes a different universe. Stop. Okay. Just because there's a universe for every decision you make, right? That doesn't mean that when you time travel and make a different decision, that you're in a different universe. You're still in the same universe, you just traveled on a timeline. You didn't actually physically move to another location. Let's see. Where are we at? Kirby said, would Dragon Ball disagree with that? Would Dragon Ball disagree with what Matt said? Yes. Because time traveling doesn't make new universes. Dragon Ball has a set number of universes in its multiverse. Um, Time traveling creates different timelines in Dragon Ball. Let's see. Ryan said, but you don't go to that new universe. Exactly, Ryan. Ryan understands where I'm coming from. Just because time traveling means that there are like other universes where you make different decisions, that doesn't mean that when you jumped in the time machine, you went physically to that universe. Let's see. Matt said, but it's the same principle. Kirby, since events don't matter in the context of time as a whole. Then Kirby said, was the Trunks timeline still in Universe 7? Yes. So the way that it works is that you have time rings that allow you to travel to the different timelines, but you don't travel to the different universes. Like, you can't use a time ring to travel to Universe 6. You know what I mean? If you're in Universe 7 and you use a time ring, you can go to an alternate timeline in Universe 7. It doesn't take you to Universe 6. Dragon Ball just doesn't work for what you're trying to argue, Matt. That just doesn't make sense. Let's see. Matt says, see where the stubbornness comes in? Even 2 years later, you still hold fast. Because I'm not wrong 2 years later. And nothing has changed, Matt. As Ray King retracted a message. Matt said, but in the context of the original argument, Jet was considered wrong. Considered wrong does not mean wrong. Just because everybody in a room disagrees with you doesn't mean that you're wrong. Then Ray King said, Nick is stupid. I know. I don't think Ray King is a horse in this race. How so? Let's see. Then Matt said yes. Then Ray King said he's fucking stupid. Don't know where your horse is at. Nani said, so who is winning? Then Ryan said, in the context of this, Matt is considered wrong. Then Kirby said, at Nani, nobody. Then Ray King said, shut up. Then Matt said, but now we are going into heavy subjectiveness. Are we? Is it really subjective? Nani said, lol. And he said, as far as who is considered wrong. Being considered wrong is just not the same as actually being wrong. Multiple people can say that someone's wrong, but that doesn't make them wrong. They can still just be the right person. But Matt said, but am I wrong? Yes. Kirby says it just means there are different opinions. Nobody is actually wrong here. Opinion. I don't know. Okay. Because I feel like Matt's interpretation doesn't make logical sense within like the confines of like the discussion. Raking said, "Bye, need sleep. Understood. We are past an hour, so if anybody's like, yo, I need to dip. I've been here for like an hour. I totally understand. If you guys like gotta dip out, I'm still willing to continue the conversation with your boy Matt if Matt is interested in continuing the conversation, because I feel like we'll get somewhere if Matt can like understand like the difference. I'm down for this debate. I'm down to continue this debate. Ray King said, Nick fucks boys if don't shut up. Bye. I don't know why Ray King's salty. I don't understand. I have no idea where his salt's coming from. The ocean. Kirby said opinions are the origins of debates. Let's see. Ryan said keeps going, keep going. Matt said here's where things become problematic. Say you time travel. We can assume there is an origin in time for all universes. So Matt wants to propose that there is an origin in time for all universes. So you're like, time has to start at some point? I suppose time has a start? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. How would you prove that time has, like, a beginning? I don't really know things that don't have beginnings, you know what I mean? Um, but I guess someone could argue that time has always been, but then you could argue it must have started at some point, so I don't really know. I feel like that's like a whole other discussion that just kind of gets crazy. Kirby said the beginning of time, and then Ryan said a multi universal beginning, and then Kirby said just remember that time itself is also a myth. I feel like this is getting into a whole other debate, Matt. But let me hear what you got to say. Matt said if multiple people follow their lines from different universes, if they were to each go to the same time, then they should be able to meet up under your presumption. Matt, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, if I'm in a if I'm what I honestly don't know what Matt's talking about. If I'm in a universe where I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and let's say I'm in universe A, and then in universe B, I'm in a universe where I eat a bologna sandwich. If in both universes I get in a time machine, I travel back in time, but instead of eating the original sandwich I ate a different sandwich that doesn't put me in the other universe. It just puts me farther back in the timeline in the same universe. You don't run into the other version of yourself or anything like that because you're still in like the same physical location you were in before. Even though it's identical to what you had done in the other universe, you're not put in it. You're just redoing the event differently. Like that's the thing that I feel like you're not getting, Matt. You don't physically go anywhere. Let's see. Nani said so he dies in the end, and then Ryan said dead confirmed. Like I don't know what Matt's saying. Matt said that's not what I'm saying. Both jets go back to before the sandwich is ate. Okay. Ryan said choked on sandwich. Kirby said there should be two of you if you travel back in time. And then he said, do they meet? Why would they meet? Why they're in different universes? How do they meet? Kirby said there should be two of you if you travel back in time. Uh, so I understand where Kirby's coming from, because I do feel like with time travel, you should be able to run into yourself. That's true. But that still doesn't mean that you run into the other universe you. You run into you from earlier in the timeline of that same universe. You don't travel to the other one. But I get what you mean. Matt said, do they meet? And then Ryan's like, they do not meet. They are in separate universes. How would they meet? And then Matt said, because they followed the thread backwards to before they each made the choice to eat the sandwiches. And then Ryan's like, the threads are in separate universes. How do they meet, Matt? How do they meet? And that doesn't make any sense, Matt. Because the time machine doesn't take you between universes, it just takes you through time. And then Matt said, but the thread would branch by your logic. What are you talking about, Matt? Kirby said there needs to be physical debate here. What is a physical debate? Is that like a fight? Like I don't. Matt says the thread splits into two different universes. How would they meet? How would they meet, Matt? That still doesn't make any sense. And then Kirby said Matt being in the room with you. Matt would be off screen. All you would see of Matt is his hand. He'd be like, "Oh, come on, Jet, why are you being stuff?" And I'd be here. So to reenact, Matt, why are you being stuff? And I gotta make it look like it's not my hand, but it's black. So regardless, why are you being stuff? It would be like a puppet show. It wouldn't. I don't think it would change much. You could hear him. That would also be here. But I'm saying his words out loud. It still works. Ryan said, and when you both go back in time, the two universes still exist. They do not merge or destroy one. They still are like the same things. Matt said, admittedly, being there would allow me to draw a picture. I'm getting a headache just imagining Matt drawing a picture. Matt, I don't think drawing a picture helps. Okay, Matt. So I want you to imagine that there are two rooms, and there's a you in each room. In that room, both yous are shirtless. There's a red shirt and a blue shirt in each room. In one room, you put on the red shirt, and the other room, you put on the blue shirt. Both yous then travel back in time, and then instead of putting on the shirt that they put on originally, they put on a different shirt. Now, my question to you, Matt, is after they both travel back in time, do they end up in the same room? Do they somehow end up in the same physical room? Because that's essentially what the argument is. Kirby said, fuck this, I'm gonna go play Yu-Gi-Oh! With Castlevania as my guest. Ryan joined me. Oh, ballin'. That also sounds really cool. Do you play like Castlevania music? like while you stream vampires? Because that honestly just sounds super dope. Also, is Castlevania like a YouTuber? Like when you said like as your guest? Because that honestly just sounds cool. Matt said, where are they time traveling from and to? So they both are in their independent rooms, Matt, right? When they time travel, they're not going anywhere in space. They're still staying in their room or whatever. They just go back in time to before they put on a shirt, and then they just put on a different shirt. My question is, are they now somehow in the same room, even though they are in different rooms? Kirby said the vampire archetype is based on the Castlevania games. Oh, ballin'. That makes sense. Konami. Speaking of Konami, has Konami dropped any like really cool video games recently? I feel like I only ever talk about Konami in terms of like Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't think I've kept up with what video games they've dropped recently. And if I have, it's been like not intentionally, like not knowing that Konami was the one making them. Matt said they might not be in the same room, but they would be in the same universe by your logic. No, they wouldn't. What the fuck? He said by your logic, meaning that they could leave the room and meet with each other. And then Ryan said no. Matt, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. There's a there's a universe for every possible decision that you can make, right? But that doesn't mean that if you time travel and make a different decision that you're in a different universe. You're still in the same universe. Please stop. Kirby retracted a message. Uh, Kirby said, I don't know, but I'm out. Ryan, save yourself and join me for Castlevania Yu-Gi-Oh! See you soon, Curbs. Like I said, I totally understand. It's gone past an hour now, so I get the desired dip. It's just getting kind of late. Your boy Ryan said, I'll see this to the end. And then Matt said, but they each traveled to before they made the choice. Why does that put them in the same universe? That doesn't make any sense. So I feel like the issue that comes out of this, right, is that you guys draw this dumbass picture. I remember the picture. And it also comes from like different interpretations of the multiverse. So, real quick, I'm going to talk about the mini worlds interpretation, which is unnecessary, and I'm going to talk about the infinite universe multiverse, which just is easier to understand in my opinion. And I also think the infinite universe multiverse just exists. Like I just think that's like a real thing. But anyways, the mini worlds interpretation. Not to say that the mini worlds interpretation doesn't exist, but I feel like it's very theoretical. Where the infinite universe one, it's just like probability. It just makes sense considering what we know about the known universe. So the many worlds interpretation, which Matt is going for, involves the fact that every time you make a choice, another universe is spawned based off of the decisions that you make. And Matt's trying to say that because you're traveling through time back before you made a decision, that you're in a previous universe before a split occurred. But I feel like everyone who uses that argument for this doesn't understand how like the mini worlds interpretation works. The universe splitting thing, right? Like the idea that there's a universe where you drank the cup of coffee versus one where you didn't drink the cup of coffee. Why assume that you're like shifting universes every time you make a choice? Why not just say, right, that like universes split off every time you make a choice, but you always stay in one? You're not staying in like 17. You're not shifting and universe traveling every time you make a choice. Choices can just butt off of you, and you always stay in whatever universe you're in. Just making choices, and then other universes have to exist to fill in those choices you didn't make. But regardless of that, the infinite universe probability multiverse involves the idea that if the universe is flat, then the universe is infinite, and if the universe is infinite, then every possible Earth that could exist must exist, as long as its like probability of existing isn't infinitesimal. Which essentially would mean that as long as the universe is infinite, there are an infinite number of Earths that exist that are just like physically separated or whatever. But anyways, that would also make it where there's a universe for every possible decision that you can make, and time traveling doesn't let you travel to those fucking places because that's not how time travel works. That's the idea. Let's see, where are we at? So, Ryan said, in making the choice to time travel makes more universes, but none of them will intersect because that's not how that works. And then Nani said, this will go on forever. And then Matt said, what if the universe isn't flat? Then what? Okay, so I understand where you're coming from with that, and I can easily explain why the universe is flat. So the WMAP probe that was sent into space back in like 2013 or whatever came back with measurements from the cosmic microwave background radiation, which is left over from the Big Bang, and they determined that like within a 0.04% margin of error that the universe is flat. Like it was able to like calculate it based off of the background radiation. But that's 2013 shit. I'm sure you'd want to hear about something more recent. Back in 2018, the European Space Agency sent up their own probe called the Planck probe, and it calculated certain measurements and it had to figure out the measurement for the value omega k. Omega k is a variable that, if it equals 0, determines whether or not the universe is or is not flat, and based off of what we understand about the universe, that if the geometry of the universe is flat, that it is infinite. The measurement that came back from the Planck probe says that, like, the measurements for the flatness of the universe, like for omega k, is a range between like 0.001 and 0.002 or whatever. It's like extremely close to zero. Um, and they said that there would be like a little fluctuation in the number due to like initial like tomfoolery at the beginning of the Big Bang. It's essentially zero. The universe is pretty much flat. It means the universe is infinite, which means there's a planet for each possible decision that you can make. But regardless of like which multiverse interpretation that you go by, that still doesn't mean that when you time travel, you somehow end up in another universe, regardless of the interpretation that you accept or the interpretation that you use for the hypothetical. Time travel does not equate to universe travel throughout the multiverse. Ryan said, then Jet choked on the sandwich. Matt said, but those are based upon preconceived notions of mathematical models which may not be fully accurate. So, hold on, Matt. The argument at hand is not whether or not the multiverse is a real thing. The argument at hand is whether or not time travel can allow you to travel to other universes. To which I argue time travel alone is not universe travel, where you argue that it is. So, Matt said, you brought multiverses into the argument. The argument is about multiverse travel. The fuck you mean? Matt said, I didn't. The reason why I brought up different interpretations is because you kept bringing up the split thing. And the split argument is only ever made for the many worlds interpretation of the multiverse, because it has to do with like quantum physics. And in quantum physics, when you make different choices, it causes different universes to have to exist to fill in all the things that you didn't do. So the splitting thing is within a very particular interpretation, and I feel like it fucks up people's ability to imagine multiversal travel versus time travel. Because I remember you guys drawing those fucking pictures, and they're dumb. They don't help the argument. You don't need the splitting thing for it to be the same like base situation, is what I'm saying. And the splitting thing, I feel like, only hurts your ability to imagine it. All those universes can just already exist, and there doesn't have to be a splitting thing. And there can be a universe for each possible decision that you could make, because it's a probability game with the infinite universe thing. If the universe is infinite, then there's a possible world for each possible Earth. Let's see. Then your boy Matt said, I didn't. He said the double slit in quantum. Oh, wait. Your boy Ryan said the double slit in quantum physics. Then Matt said, Jet, I'm not sitting here until 6 a.m. trying to make a small chink in a wall. I'm heading out. Matt, you can be salty all you want. It doesn't change like whether or not you're right or wrong. That's all that is salt. Ryan said victory, and then Matt says it isn't victory since neither side is convinced. Matt, I don't understand how you don't understand. But I feel like there's no reason for you to be salty about it, Matt. That's just salt. Uh, but then Ryan said salt is. I don't get it. And then Matt said it isn't salt. Ooh, what is it? What is it? It's not that McCormick salt? It's not. It's not that sea salt, my guy. He said I'm tired. Mm. Mm. I don't know. I don't know. But Matt, if you ever want to hit it up again on this particular like debate, I got you. I'm ready. Ryan said, then sleep on it and come back tomorrow. Hit us up with that next round. Me and Matt are going to see each other in person tomorrow. Matt said, Jet, do you want to go back to a 4 hour sleep? Um, I mean, right now, I'm doing pretty well. I'm enjoying the debate, which is the main reason why I'm not like going straight to sleep. Also, I still have to set up the fan poll stream whenever we finish this up. So I'm not going like straight to bed anyways. That being said, I can do these fan poll streams in like legitimately no time. Also, there's an anime that I want to check out at some point. I need to see if there's a dub of it. Excuse me. I was gonna ask you guys' opinion about it, but I don't want to go too off track. Let's see. Matt said, "Then do it now, and then go to bed." Do what now? Do the debate thing? Cause I'm down to continue the debate thing. I'm available. Do 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 do. Cause I don't know. And then Matt said the fan poll. I can do the fan poll after the stream ends. I'm still free for the debate thing. I'm ready. I feel like I understand my point quite well. Then Matt said, then in the stream. Are you not down to continue the debate thing? We can continue it another time. And then Ryan said, victory. We can continue it another time if you want. Like, if you don't want to continue it now. I'm just saying, if you want to continue it now, I'm like here to like be able to continue it if you want to. Then Matt says, stop it, Ryan. Um, but I understand if you don't want to continue it now because it is late. I understand if you want to like go to bed. I'm just saying that I'm like still pretty awake. And like if you wanted to continue it, I feel like we could make ground because I feel like the main thing I just need to like convey to you is that traveling through time doesn't move you in space necessarily. So, because I think that's where the biggest issue comes up, that time travel doesn't move you to universes. That's just not how time travel works. Let's see. Right now, the live chat can't tell if people are still there. Oh, your boy Ryan said choke. I think your boy Matt dipped. So Ryan said choke on that. Well, Ryan, it looks like it's just you and me. So, Ryan, how's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? If not, I probably am about to wrap it up. But I would like to hear how you're doing today. If you have any questions for me, and if you have anything you'd like to talk about. Ryan's full statement was choke on that sandwich. He said, I'm fine. Okay, ballin'. Good to hear. Um, let's see. What else did I do today? Connected to emo shape on LinkedIn. And then I don't think anything else eventful really happened in my day past the 6 bullet point of my day description. Ryan said that him and his mom argued. I'm sorry to hear that. What did you guys argue about? Dun, 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 dun. And do you feel like it was like a full on argument, or do you think it was like more of like a debate? Because sometimes I'll get into like debates where it's not necessarily like an angry thing, it's just more of like a difference of opinion thing. And then he said, anthropogenic climate change. Interesting. You've mentioned to me before that your dad doesn't vibe with climate change. And then Ryan said we were yelling. You guys get into really heated arguments about climate change. Nani said so he got murked and died from ligma. Um, Matt didn't get murked and die from ligma. He said he was just tired, so he wasn't down. And then Ryan said they don't though. They really don't vibe with climate change. Let's see. That is interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten in a heated argument with my parents about like climate change. Nani said, "So who won? Are you asking who won in the argument between Ryan and his mom on anthropogenic climate change, or who won between me and Matt on the time traveling alternate universe thing?" For the Ryan argument, I don't know who won. And then Nani said you and Matt. Matt just kind of said he was tired and just gave up. That was more or less what happened. Um, Cause he was like, I'm not gonna stay up until like 6 a.m. to try and make like a small chink in a wall, was what Matt said, and then he just kind of went to sleep. I don't know. I don't understand where Matt's coming from, with time travel being the equivalent to like universe travel. It doesn't make sense. I feel like he messed up when he mentioned Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, I don't think supports his statement at all, because timelines and universes in Dragon Ball are just different things. So I feel like that was a bad example that he thought worked in his favor, but does not at all. And then Nani said, so it was salt. It was quite salt. McCormick brand salt. Nani then posted up just a box, just a white box. I'm assuming it's supposed to represent a salt shaker. Ryan says salty bread on that sandwich. Um, it is just an interesting situation for sure. Nani said he disliked for not agreeing with him. I think Matt disliked already, like from the start of the stream. I think he disliked because he doesn't like the number of ads on the videos. I do put a lot of ads on these videos. If you guys check out the videos after they upload, there are hella ads on these videos, no doubt. Matt goes back and rewatches videos, especially like the D&D videos for his campaign, to try and get like a better idea of the story. So I'm curious how often he's getting like hit with like ad breaks. Hopefully, it's not too obnoxious, the number of ad breaks that he has to go through. I have like drained this water bottle. I think there's like a little bit of water left in this water bottle. But yo, does anyone have any additional discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream, or any questions for your boy before I sign out? Doo doo. Ryan never continued on the him and his mom argument thing. I was curious how that went. Mm. I guess I'll start doing the sign out, and then if anyone has any like questions, they can hit me up. Nani said you going offline. I'm gonna do the fan poll stream right after this, so that's something that you guys can like stay tuned for. But after the fan poll stream, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then the next video will be the fan poll results stream after that. So I think I probably am signing out, unless you guys have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about or any questions for your boy. But thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one only, logging out. Good night, Ryan. Nani said don't jack it too hard. I don't jack it, Ryan. Therefore, there's no way for me to jack it too hard. Case closed. Yo, shout out to you. Oh, good night, Nani. Shout out to your boy, Nani. Shout out to your boy, Ryan. Shout out to your boy, Matt. Hopefully, Matt feels better soon. Sorry about getting you salty. That wasn't the goal. I hope you have a wonderful night, Matt, aka Yotaro. Let's see. Shout out to Kirby Ultra Star. Shout out to Raking, even though Raking just got salty as fuck. Raking wasn't even in the argument. I was surprised at how salty Raking got right before he logged off. That didn't make any sense. Let's see. Scrolling up. Shout out to Rocky Ford, the king of Soul Calibur. Still scrolling up, trying to remember everybody who was on the stream. Shout out to Mexico 1911. Your boy coming in on his day off. Always good to see. Let's see. Ooh. The mouse cursor moved really quickly, and I'm like, I hope I didn't miss anybody's name. Shout out to your boy, that one guy, Kels. Kels got on here like really early. But he had to dip around the hour mark, which is understandable. Yo. Do 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 do. Bow, 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 now. And I believe that was everybody on the stream, hopefully. Nani says, sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh, thank you kindly, Nani. Yo, thank you all. I don't even sleep in a bed. Yo, thank you all for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to leave a like on the video. Stay tuned. We got the fan poll stream coming up next. Make sure that you guys tune into that so you can vote for what you would like to watch on the channel next. And thank you all once again for tuning in. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Stay tuned for more content. And subscribe if you haven't already.